Welcome back, and today we are counting down 5 essential cars I believe every single player needs to have in Forza Horizon 5, and we do have quite a mix in today's videos. Everything from insane race cars to off-roading to even some of the rarest cars in the game. And kicking things off, it's actually the car I'm driving right now, the McLaren Senna. And the reason this is an essential car that every player needs is because this thing is absolutely glued to the ground and, in my opinion, one of the best race cars in the game. And why that makes it essential is if you're trying to learn how to race well and get better at racing, then this is a car you want to practice with because it's very easy to use. And therefore will make learning significantly easier. Like, just look at how fast we're taking this entire corner. This is a drift zone we're going through. And this car handles this well. So if you don't have one of these in your arsenal as of right now, absolutely get one. But let's move on to the next car on today's list. And that second car on the list is none other than the Toyota 4Runner. Now, I have made essential car lists in the past, but what's different about today's list is all the cars on the list today are relatively hard to get your hands on. Now, the Toyota 4Runner, I don't do a ton of off-roading, but when I do, this is my go-to choice because of how much horsepower this car can have. It just makes it feel insanely broken on these cross-country or dirt races, and it handles incredibly well. As you can see, we're far ahead of the pack. Now, I believe this car is only released a couple of times, so it may be decently hard to get your hands on, but with a little bit of patience, I'm more than certain you could find yourself getting your hands on it in well under half an hour. However, let's move on to the next car, because this covers our off-roading topic. And up next is none other than the Chevrolet Pro Stock Camaro, for reasons that should be self-explanatory. This is the best drag car in the game, and you are about to see why. It's like you're hacking. It really feels like a hacked car. Like, look at how far behind us everybody else is. We've hit our top speed of 286-ish miles per hour so fast. We're gonna finish the race well ahead of everyone else. So if you ever plan on drag racing in Forza Horizon 5, this is an essential car. However, it is quite tricky to get your hands on and one of the rarest cars in the game. However, we have someone else joining us with one right there. So you're definitely gonna have your work cut out for you. Up next is the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition. It's important you get the Forza Edition, because I know we've technically already given you an incredibly good race car, but that's a very grippy race car. And although it might be slightly grippier than the Sesto Elemento Forza Edition here, as you can see, there's no way it's faster. This is a very high skill race car. However, if you do end up mastering it, this is literally the best race car in the game, because it can be very grippy if you use it right, but its top speed and acceleration are unmatched by any other car in the game. In fact, this is the only car people who speedrun races in this game will use. Every speedrun top score, including the Goliath, is using the Sesto Elemento Forza Edition because of its insane top speed and good cornering capabilities. Now, this car will set you back quite a bit, but trust me, it is absolutely worth it, and I have myself like 8 in my arsenal. So comment down below if you're one of the few people that has mastered this car, or if you're more like me, who's still learning how to use it. But let's move on to the final car on today's list. And the final car on the list today is the Ford Super Deluxe Station Wagon. And not for necessarily a particular reason. Now, it does drift pretty decently. There are some pretty good drift tunes out there. However, there's definitely cars that drift better than this. The reason this car is on the list today is because it's the rarest car in Forza Horizon 5. Or at least tied for the rarest with a few others. And I think it's always nice to have a rare car on the list because it gives you guys something to work towards. Now, I know there are other rare cars on the list, but those ones are all doable. This is one of those cars where you are going to have to mentally prepare yourself for possibly weeks of work. Now, you could get incredibly lucky and it will show up for you, but this took me many sessions over the course of 2 weeks, months ago to get. I think all in all, I sniped for about 4 hours to get this car, and that was a while ago. Now, just a few months down the road, this car will be much harder to get your hands on, and in my opinion, the only way it becomes easier to get your hands on is if Forza does something silly like releasing it into the backstage pass, but at the rate they've been adding cars, that wouldn't entirely shock me. So you should get it before it's there, so that you can say you were OG. But that does it for our list today. Those are 5 essential cars I think every single player should work towards getting, especially if you are new. If you need help making money, check out my channel. I do have money guides to help you out. And if this video was enjoyable for you in any way, leave a like, comment, or subscribe, or even all 3 down below. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace!